Welcome to our deep dive into a sobering reality of our time. In this video, 10 most animals that are no longer alive after climate change, we're going to explore the stories of 10 magnificent creatures that sadly, we've lost due to the devastating effects of climate change. We'll delve into their unique histories, their tragic ends, and the lessons their loss imparts on the critical importance of environmental responsibility and conservation. Let's journey into this lost world of biodiversity and find out why their disappearances matter. 1. Bramble Cay melomys. The first recorded climate victim, the Bramble Cay melomys, an unassuming rodent that once inhabited a coral island in Australia's Great Barrier Reef, holds the tragic title of the first mammal declared extinct due to human-induced climate change. This small, brown-furred rodent vanished as rising sea levels and intense storm surges relentlessly eroded its tiny home and washed away its food sources. According to scientists, the last sighting occurred in 2009, and by 2016, it was officially declared extinct. This story of loss isn't just about the melomys, it's a harrowing example of how climate change is rewriting the fate of species in the most urgent and alarming ways. 2. Golden toad. A blaze of color now extinct, the golden toad, once a shimmering symbol of Costa Rica's lush cloud forests, last bounced its vibrant self around in 1989. These tiny amphibians fell victim to a perfect storm of climate change-driven temperature shifts and moisture level alterations. Such changes were a boon to chytrid fungus, a deadly pathogen that decimated their populations. The frog's plight highlights an insidious side of climate change, not always a direct killer, but often the catalyst of other lethal forces. This loss serves as a crucial reminder of how climate volatility can stealthily shift balances and eliminate entire species. 3. Pinta Island tortoise. Echoes of Lonesome George. Lonesome George, the beloved and last known Pinta Island tortoise, passed away in 2012, leaving a stark void on this Galapagos island. The extinction of this majestic creature was primarily a direct result of human interference. However, climate-induced changes further altered the fragile ecosystem of the islands, disrupting food sources and habitat conditions. Shifts in rainfall patterns intensified challenges faced by this species, reducing the survival prospects of any potential undiscovered individuals. George's story is not only heartrending but also establishes a poignant connection between human actions and climate influences. 4. Yangtze River dolphin. An icon lost in the waters, the Yangtze River dolphin, or Beiji, a gentle inhabitant of China's longest river, was officially acknowledged as functionally extinct by 2006. Industrialization and pollution greatly contributed to its decline. However, climate changes also stressed the river's delicate ecosystem. Alterations in water flow and temperature cascaded further disruptions through its habitat. The extinction of the Beiji underlines the profound and often unnoticed ways climate influences aquatic environments. This loss reflects broader threats looming over freshwater biodiversity amid warming climates. 5. Monteverde harlequin frog. Victim of vanished mists, Monteverde harlequin frog once adorned the montane cloud forests of Central and South America with their vivid hues. Climate change altered their high-altitude habitats, nudging these frogs towards extinction as increased temperatures and shifting rainfall patterns facilitated outbreaks of chytridiomycosis, a deadly fungal disease. This wipeout speaks volumes about the fragility of such specialized habitats. Changes in altitude ecosystems show how swiftly climate change can pull the ecological rug from under species reliant on specific environmental conditions. 6. Caribbean monk seal. Eclipsed by rising waters, the sleek-bodied Caribbean monk seal, last seen bobbing in tropical waters, was declared extinct in 2008. Hunting and habitat encroachment were major culprits behind its disappearance. Yet, climate change played its part by driving coral reef degradation and diminishing fish populations, which were crucial to its diet. As climate change threatens marine biodiversity, the story of the monk seal is an arresting reminder of how multiple threats intertwine, accelerating the decline of vulnerable species. 7. Western black rhinoceros. A tale of tragedy and change once dominating the savannas of sub-Saharan Africa, the western black rhinoceros was declared extinct in 2011. The principal murderers? Poaching and habitat loss. However, Climate change aggravated conditions by altering the region's ecosystems, interfering with water accessibility and vegetation. These changes compounded existing pressures, creating an insurmountable survival challenge. The extinction serves to underline the profound impacts of climate change on terrestrial megafauna and reinforces the crucial need for responsive conservation strategies. 8. Spix's macaw. The blue beauty of the skies. The vivid blue Spix's macaw, which inspired the animated film Rio, vanished from the wild come the dawn of the millennium. Habitat destruction and the illicit pet trade critically contributed to their downfall, with climate change further deteriorating its Caatinga habitat in Brazil. Droughts and changing weather patterns besieged it with unforeseen adversities. For this stunning bird, climate-induced habitat degradation compounded existing human pressures, highlighting how climate change acts multiplier of threats, pushing species past tipping points they might otherwise withstand. 9. Javan tiger. The stripes that vanished. The Javan tiger, last seen slinking through Indonesia's dense forests in the 1970s, had its fate sealed by hunting and habitat loss. Nonetheless, climate-induced changes in the ecosystem further affected the availability of prey and exacerbated conflicts with humans. Alterations in forest coverage and precipitation disrupted essential ecological processes, driving the tiger into extinction. This loss serves as an urgent lesson on the compounding pressures of human actions and climate impacts on wildlife dispersal and population dynamics. 10. Eleotra grebe. Silenced in the wetlands. The Eleotra grebe, once paddling across the serene Lake Eleotra in Madagascar, was declared extinct in 2010. Invasive species and habitat destruction contributed heavily to its fate, with climate-induced water level fluctuations further disrupting its delicate habitat. Breeding and feeding opportunities diminished, hastening its decline. The grebe's extinction encapsulates the vulnerability of specialized wetland habitats to climate variability, illustrating a small yet significant snippet of the larger climate crisis's impact on biodiversity.